We are live. Welcome, internet world, and everybody in here, and everybody that drove real far. David walked. He's the closest. He said there was one light away. Did you actually walk or did you drive? You drove? Okay. Well, thanks for coming. And thank you, Melvin, for driving all the way to from Fort Worth area, west area. But if TC got you beat, yeah, he's down in Mansfield. Yeah. But if y'all don't mind, it's kind of a special day. Is y'all okay if we sing happy birthday to Katie, our speaker? Is everybody okay with that? Everybody? Okay. On the count of three. One, two, three. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Katie. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
So Katie is our speaker today, and she's got an incredible background. She's a go-getter. She's a fighter. Nothing scares her. She'll go out and do it. And she's got three kids. And your husband Maddox is going to be here soon.
He's outside.
He's outside. Okay, so her husband will be here soon. So if y'all could, when he just like if she says something funny, laugh real hard so her husband thinks that we all think she's funny. Is that cool? Stand up and clap if you feel the urge, just to make sure that we make her feel good in front of her husband Maddox. Everybody okay with that? Just stand up and go, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Katie. Or throw an amen out there. Do whatever you got to do, just to make sure Maddox goes, man, my wife's bad. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do that for me? Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so please help me. If y'all don't mind, just stand up real quick and let's welcome Katie to the stage. Woo!
Wow. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Wow. I'm nervous. So just wanted to say thank you for coming, taking the hour or two, coming out to hang out with us and get to know us on a more personal level, right? Pretty much today I will be, that's my mentor. So today what we're learning about is a mastering balance of corporate leadership, family, and commercial real estate success. Also, you'll be leaving here with learning how to achieve financial growth without sacrificing what matters most, right? Most of us have families here, got kids, right? So balancing that through day-to-day basis takes a big toll on us daily. We come to work, we got to go straight to pick up the kids and dinner, etc., and do it over and over again. So I'm going to share my experience as well of how it worked for me. So here's a little introduction of me. My husband's here to support me today. Maddox right there. Stand up, babe. Thank you. Once again, I am a wife, a mom. I have a daughter that's 10 years old, twins. I have twin boys. They're 3, so it takes a whole village. My house is a zoo. At the same time, you know, what matters most is all of us here, how many are real estate agents, commercial brokers? Almost everybody. So we have trouble balancing our struggles, right? We struggle in each category. So today, what we're going to do is talk about the common struggles in our profession of what we face. Also, who here is in the corporate world or came from the corporate background? Wow, I'm not alone. That switch, let me tell you, is not easy. But I'm going to walk through also how that actually helped us incorporate into the real estate industry. What you'll learn today, once again, is leveraging commercial real estate for wealth, time management strategies for executive and entrepreneurs, and also mindset shift for sustainable success. So balancing it all at once, corporate and commercial real estate pressures. Corporate world, we work long hours, like I mentioned before. We have to travel, right? It takes time away from our families. And on top of that, we have leadership demands. You know, corporate is always breathing down our neck. We need to do this and that. And at the same time, we are continuing to work for a company versus our own self. So now we have the glory of being real estate agents, running our own business, and being able to create our own brand. So question, have you ever felt like you're juggling way too much, right? Who juggles way too much every day? Can you share?
Yeah, so me, I have a little one. She's turning 5 this weekend. I also have work life, and we are trying to start our own business as well. So just trying to like be the best mother I can be the best partner, just be the best businesswoman at the same time. It can be a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Jennifer. It can. It takes a big toll on us. So we're gonna help you jump through those hoops and get through it, because the mountain's up here, and we're all gonna be up here collaborating together and share our experiences. Thank you so much for that. You get a K. You get a K.
I knew I was gonna share next.
Anybody else want to share? Anybody?
Well, I'm married. I have 3 kids, 5 grandkids. I'm sorry, 8
Wow.
grandkids. Own a pallet company and a commercial real estate lender. So
Wow.
I juggle a lot every day.
Sheesh. So many hats. Wow. Hand clap for that. Wow. Here's your cake. Everybody's getting a cake today. Yeah. Let's run through this. So, uh-oh. I have an error. I think it blacked it out. 1 second. Yeah. Back. Back. It's black. Okay. Sorry, guys.
Not that one. The one we opened when you sent me. You texted me just now. Okay. Get your own place. Texted me earlier. Okay.
It's right here.
State agent or corporate or
It's right there. Yeah. We'll just do it here.
Is it this?
Yeah, we can leave it. All right, sorry guys, technical difficulties. We try to be fancy, but anyhow, all right, back to here. So corporate executive as a launch pad, right? So most of you guys know in the corporate world, we have these struggles, we have these higher ups on us, and with the corporate skill that we're learning, we learn leadership, right? You came from the corporate world. So who are you leading? A team, employees or whatnot. I had about 80 people that I was actually leading, and I was basically their counselor as well. So we learn leadership skills from that, right? On top of that, how does it help us in the real estate game? It helps us build teams, negotiate, and we network, right? We have to network with other leaders as well to create a sustainable path for our team as well. And we always got to bring something new to the table for our team, right? To keep them motivated and going. On another note is strategic planning. We have to plan our day. Does anybody in here have a morning routine? Awesome. Yes. If I didn't have a morning routine, I would be sloppy all day long. I wouldn't know how to prioritize my time. But that shift and mindset for the strategic planning in the corporate world shifted my mindset into something new. So in the real estate world, we're learning how to evaluate deals and learning about market trends as well. So that helps us in the real estate industry. On another note is communication. In the corporate world, we're learning about communication 24/7. We have to learn how to speak professionally. Yes, we want to, we're having a bad day, we get a bad email. We have to learn how to carry ourselves and how to respond. It's just the same in the real estate industry, right? Yep, so that's client relationships and closing deals. We're at closing, something happens. How are you feeling? You're fired. The other agent's probably fired. So we have to learn how to communicate professionally on a professional level to get that gap closed, right? I know a lot of us has gone through that phase, but can you say the communication process has helped you save a deal? Awesome. Also, problem solving. We are problem solvers, right? Investors, real estate agents too. Yes, I'm guilty sometimes. Sometimes we have problems and we have to come and collaborate at the table, figure out how we can actually get our client help. If we can't help them, at least we can find them the help that they need, right? So in the real estate world, overcoming obstacles and transactions. Pro tip here, just to remember, if you're in the corporate industry and you're thinking, oh, I don't want to give up the corporate life, I get a consistent income. Yes, I get it, I understand. But understand that you're not starting over. You're leveraging everything that you've already built. You had like 15, 20 years or more of the corporate industry. Just shift it into a real estate hat. Okay, and then the key balance to intentional planning. So the 3 non-negotiables for success. Number 1, clarity on priorities. What are your priorities? A lot of times we don't think about our priorities, like what is most important to us. On another note is leveraging systems. With our platform, we have systems in place and we just have to use them. Another thing is leveraging. Last week, we just got an announcement. I can share this, Daniel? Sorry. I'm so excited, but yes, I'm so excited. So leverage, right? With EXP, they actually came out with a new model that's going to help all of us here collaborate together, help us get to the top, and just continue to collaborate because we're allowed to co-sponsor. Co-sponsors means, let's say you have a big influencer. I'm just going to use an example, Spring B. She is a huge influencer, came from another brokerage, left her 7-figure downline to come here to EXP to rebuild. That tells you something. EXP is doing something right, that somebody left their downline to come here and just start off fresh at 0. So where I'm getting here is you can actually collaborate with her and co-sponsor a new agent that's coming on board. That is the glory of the new rollout. Is when? In May. So it's awesome, right? Who do you guys want to co-sponsor with? Write it down. Contact them. Make connections. I mean, this is a great opportunity for us to grow and build our business. Another thing is, how many people in here actually time block? And be honest. 3? You do? Can you show me your calendar? Just for you to speak. Yeah. Go ahead. Tell me about it.
I wake up at 3 a.m. every morning, drink 52 ounces of water for 1 hour of compression, read the Bible, and go back to bed from 4 to 5:30. Run, ice bath, do whatever you want to say.
Wow, give him a hand clap. 3 a.m. You beat me. Okay. Got it. But hey, still 3 a.m. You hear that? He wakes up at 3 a.m. Wow. I'm gonna try to beat that time. That means I gotta go to sleep at like 7 p.m. Oh my goodness. Who else? Somebody else had a hand. Morning, afternoon. Wow.
Work out, get some fresh juices in my body. I don't do compression, but I hit the sauna. Then after that, I get going because around about 5:30 to 6 o'clock, I'm on the phone with my drivers for my pallet company, and then
Wow.
about 8 o'clock, I'm on the phone with investors. closing deals. And then I want to say around about 5:30, I shut it off because I'm back out in the field,
Wow.
hitting events for the funding.
That is a true CEO right there. He takes in control of his day, right? Wow. Congratulations. Man. Somebody else have to share?
Hi, everybody. Noel Wilson here. I know my routine is significantly going to change now that I'm now a resident of the state of Texas. So my routine that I was used to kind of got, disarray with the travel. But before I moved, my routine was I wake up at 4 o'clock every morning. By about 4:10, 4:15, I was already on the treadmill. Work out for about an hour till about 5:15, around 5:20 ish. I'll put my smoothie together, hop in the shower, get out of the shower. At about 5:30, I'll do about 30 minutes of some form of something educational, whether that's reading, whether that's doing research, or a lot. Lately, it's been just a lot of research on real estate. Um, by about 5:45, I'm usually gone working. Get back usually around like 1:30 ish, 2 o'clock, just depends on traffic. Uh, from that time, I spend with my wife, just some quality time. About 4 o'clock, go pick up my son.
Do you time block that too? Quality time?
To a degree, which she'll allow.
That's a must.
By 5:30, getting everybody situated with for the evening, winding down, dinner, bath time, reading a book to my son. He's 4 years old, by the way.
Oh, wow.
7 o'clock, he goes to bed,
Love it.
and then from like 7:30 ish to about 8:30 is just calm down time with just the household in itself, and then by about 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'm usually in bed.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank
That's amazing. That's amazing. The power of the time block. The reason why I talk about that is because if it's not on the schedule, it's not happening, right? A lot of times we have back-to-back meetings. We have drive time as well. I time block that as drive time as well. Or who am I calling during that drive time? That way I don't lose out on a client or catching up or following up. The FU, as Daniel always says, FU, follow up is very important. So if you're on that drive, follow up with your clients. That is very important to keep the deal running. And also the consistency. When they see the consistency, they're like, okay, you know what? She's driving. She's still calling me. That means she's on her stuff. Right. So if you don't find time, you have to make the time for these things. So hopefully this takeaway for this slide here is time blocking. It is very, very important and crucial to your business. If you're not producing, why? Where's your time going? For maybe the next 30 days, write down exactly what you do every single day, and then cross out the things that you kind of wasted your time on. And then the next couple days or weeks or so, it's going to change. Okay, and on here, managing corporate life and maximizing productivity. So there's an 80-20 rule that I focus on, which is like high impact activities, right? High impact activities is what is going to get your business to the next level. Is it hopping onto Zoom calls? You have the opportunity, like I'm basically in the commercial world, so I have the opportunity to hop on these big deal calls where we have deal exchanges. That is a priority. This is a high impact activity that I make a requirement to be on every week on it. So you have to get yourself in these rooms with, bigger leaders, or in the areas where these deals are going to come, or the network. Another note is delegation and systems. Build teams that operate without you. I mean, even if it's you having to hire a VA to do some things for you, to get it done, do that. Leverage that system right there. And so pro tip for here is set CEO days and strategic business growth and deal analysis. So if your schedule starts looking like that, I can tell you, you're going to be successful because you are drilling into the most important things for your real estate business. So here, prioritizing family without sacrificing success. That's my daughter there. She's 10 now. This was like years back. And if you guys know, where's Calvin? Did he leave? My mentor. He was actually my first mentor for commercial real estate. I've been doing commercial real estate for about 10 years now. That's a picture of my daughter right there because that was one of my first closings that I had, big closing. And she came to the office with me. She did the groundwork for me. She delivered those closing documents to one of our investors that we closed with. The thrill about that is today I even talked to her about it and she still remembers the day, right? So what does she say now? Majority of the time when I'm on the phone call. When I hang up, she's like, close that deal, close that deal. She repeats that over and over to me. So, she's 10 now, but it's the things that they pick up, our children pick up from us, the things that we do on a daily basis. So it's quality over quantity. Intentional time is more valuable. You also have to set boundaries. No work emails during family time. Like I told my husband, 5 to 7 is family time. But are we guilty? We are guilty because we're trying to close that deal. We're like, oh, a client is calling, right? I've been there. But you have to scale out the time because 2 hours a day for your family matters most. And you want to put your 1,000% right there. When they sleep, you can actually catch up on emails or whatnot. Another thing is involve your family in commercial real estate. Like I said, she came there with me. So now when we're driving around, she's like, Mom, that's a commercial building. That's an office building. That's a retail shopping center. And to me, I'm proud inside. I'm like, wow, it's paid off, right? So here, the pro tip is schedule non-negotiable family time like business meetings. Treat it like a business. Because at the end of the day, your kid is going to take over your legacy here at EXP because we have that opportunity too. As Daniel will be sharing, the legacy is built here. Also, leveraging commercial real estate for long-term wealth. So a lot of people are investors. They always want to invest in real estate. Why? Because it's passive income, the appreciation, and also the tax benefits. A lot of tax benefits here with commercial real estate. On another note, finding the right deals. When do you find the right deals? Can somebody tell me? Yes. I like that. That is correct. So, exactly. Levy, yay! Give Levy a hand clap. You get a cake. No, you do make them. So when you're looking at, finding the right deals is whenever you're actually making the purchase, the buy. You're making that offer. You're not making it when you sell. So always remember that. You are finding the right deals whenever you're buying that deal that first day, that day that you close. Time-efficient strategies for professionals as well. So in the commercial industry, we have to build partnerships. It's not rocket science here. We have to build relationships with brokers, property managers, and lenders, right? They have the money, right? So basically, that's us shaking the hand, and then the building is purchased. So at the end of the day, continue to network, and also with investors. I get a lot of questions asked, how do you network or how do you find the right people to connect with? You have to get into rooms that you don't think it's going to take you to the next level. Like you just have to get yourself in these rooms and meet these investors, meet these brokers. All they can say is no or can walk away or whatnot, but continue to build your network system. Because at the end of the day, when they know you, they recognize you, and they see that you're a hard worker, they're going to answer your call. And they're going to call you immediately, or they're not going to send you to voicemail. They're like, oh, I need to pick up this call, right? So continue to build the relationship here. So the pro tip also on investing here is focus on cash flowing assets and syndication to invest hands off. So the mind shift for true success. Success is not a lifestyle, and it's just not a goal, right? So here I have the puzzle piece. The win-win, because define what winning looks like for you. Can somebody define what winning looks like?
Kids love me, and I can go somewhere without having anyone read on my back, without having to worry about money.
Yes,
You know?
that's right. That's right. That is right. It's your kids, the time, and not having to worry about money, right? At the end of the day, that goal, when you're winning, you're fulfilled inside, right? You're happy. You can sleep good at night. And the glory of it is you can wake up and be happy to go to work instead of like, oh, I gotta go to work, right? So you came from the corporate world, and I know you're saying, you didn't want to get up. You're like, oh, I gotta go to work. But now you're a real estate agent. How does it feel?
Oh, well, being in real estate, I feel like you get to wake up and do. So I feel like being in real estate, it's not a have to, it's you get to. You get to get up and go where you want, meet people, learn something, make deals, find deals. So it's not a have to, it's a get to. And I think that's the mind shift change that I had coming from corporate, because when you're in corporate, you do have to get up because someone is paying you for your time. Whereas here, as an entrepreneur in real estate, you're not necessarily being paid for your time, right? It's your expertise, it's your connections, it's things like that.
Right. Yay, that's right. I love it. And another thing is wealth equals time, freedom, not just money, right? So it's more time and freedom. Me, I love the beach. I always want to go to the beach. I know the sun is bad for you, but that's where I want to be, on the beach. So pro tip here, create a personal success plan, alignment, business, family, and financial freedom. So action steps, I'm putting all of this together, okay? You have to audit your time and priorities. What do you need to shift? What do you need to make different to be able to get you to the next level? Is it meeting more commercial brokers? Is it going to their events? Create the time. We have events. We have commercial events here that we can actually, collaborate with. Or even if you want to host or an event, get with us. Let us know how we can help you. 2, implement leverage systems, right? We have the EXP model. There's for residential, the fast cap. We have a commercial similar to that as well, but you can get with us commercial as well to find more details on that. And then where can you automate and delegate? Getting VAs, getting somebody to do the work for you that you could be utilizing that time to network or have these high impact meetings with investors. Also, make real estate work for you. Start small, start scaling deals, and build it up. We can't just go in and get a large lump sum of, real estate portfolio. You have to scale small, start small, and that's okay. And also to commit boundaries and balances. Protect your time intentionally. A lot of times we get asked silly questions here and there or whatnot, but you have to protect your time. Like I said, if it's not on your schedule, then it's not happening. So closing call to action, my final thought, you can have it all with the right systems and mindset. And we have that here at EXP. We have the systems, and the mindset is basically on us, right? On what we want to do and how we're going to take it to the next level. So if you guys have any questions, commercial related questions, like I said, I am the commercial department. However, if you guys have any questions, feel free to speak to me. But also at the end, if you guys, I'll have a piece of paper coming by. I am planning a mastermind for exclusive mastermind for high impact level as well. So if you guys are interested in that and it's something that we can talk about, I would love to have you guys. Thank you guys, and Paul will be taking over here. I appreciate each and every one of you that came out here today, and I hope you guys learned something from me. And if y'all have any commercial related questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.
so much, Kayde. Give her another hand, okay? Yeah. I'm not on it. Am I on now?
Yeah.
Am I? Okay, good. All right. So today, for everybody who's brand new, like you're brand new here today, it's your first time here ever. Okay. Today is this is our leadership development. This is what we do is we come together, and you heard Kayde when she first got up here, she said she was nervous, and that's what we want. Because when you do something when you're nervous, you grow. And Kayde she put a lot of time into those slides, right? Say your name one more time. Kamisha, she put a lot of time into that slide. She put a lot of time and effort into putting that training together. And what that did for her, Wes, is it made her grow, right? She grew more than everybody in here watching her because she got up here. So if you're brand new to us, we welcome you to please say, hey, you know what? I'm scared to death, but I would love to get up and help train. And you might say, hey, I'm so scared I can't get up there by myself like Kayde, but would someone stand with me? Anybody in that category? Like, just stand with me. Just show me you're there. Anybody in that category? No one wants to admit the truth. Jennifer's the only person that she is saved. All the rest of y'all got to go to church Sunday because she's the only one telling the truth right now. But public speaking is very daunting. You know, but what I know about public speaking, and I was just talking to my good friend TC, is when you get up here and present, you automatically get better from that moment forward. And the next time you present, you get better from that moment forward. You're shaking your head. I like it. Thank you. What's your name? Yeah. Don? Thank you, Don. I mean, I'm speaking the truth, right, Don? Because you're shaking your head. I can feel you when you're shaking. Yeah, you're about to give me an amen or something. You're about to throw something at me. And but Don, it's the person that gets up here and goes through it. And that's what leadership's all about. And we want to develop leaders. We have to develop leaders here, Judy, because of what Glenn Sanford has built for us here at EXP. We have to, because he has built us the baddest, most amazing building business opportunity in the world. If some of y'all came here because you signed up on Eventbrite, I think you probably saw, I think the title of my talk is the best side gig in the world or something like that. I think that's what it said. It is the best side gig in the world. And I have made money in this exact same model in a different industry, and I sold that company for 8 figures. So when I came here and I saw this model, I was like, holy crap, we're going to do something great here. And I got my wife in the audience today. Thank you so much for coming out today, Tamara. Give Tamara a hand. Thank you. Tamara helped us build our business 20 years ago when we were broke. Cars were repossessed, house in foreclosure. We ended up losing that house to foreclosure, to the IRS, actually. And that was a tough day for me to look into her eyes and say, we have to move. The house that we built, like, she picked out the colors, the carpet, I'm in real estate. I should know this stuff now. Countertops. There you go. Rock on. See, by the way, I barely graduated high school. So if y'all know the answer before me, just yell it out. That way we can get going a little quicker. But she picked all that stuff out, and I had to look at her and say, hey, we have to leave. We can no longer live here. And Dawn, that was an ugly day, right? But I told her from that moment forward, I said, I promise you, I will make it up to you. I will find something. And I found a business model just like what Glenn Sanford's offering us in real estate. And I think it's a little gooder because it's in real estate. Like, real estate's, let me tell you what I used to do. I did insurance, life insurance, okay? Life insurance and annuities. That was the company Tamara and I built and sold it. And it was a little harder to get people in life insurance and annuities versus real estate. Y'all with me? Real estate's sexier. Would y'all agree? Like, it's just a little easier. Like, sometimes, hey, it's Paul Roberts, Kamisha, and I just want to know if you want insurance. Whoa, insurance. Whoa, hey, ooh. You hang up on me, right? But real estate, I got you. You're listening to me for a few seconds, okay? So I'm going to show y'all something that this gentleman showed Tamara and I 20 years ago. And if you've seen it, just wait till I turn around. What am I doing? I'm hitting the button. Has anybody seen this? Melvin? What's your name again? Aaron. This is the cash flow quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. And Tamara and I went to a meeting 20 years ago in Fitz and Heather's office, and he got up and he talked about the cash flow quadrant. And he said, these are 3 books that you have to read. He named those 3 books, Noel. And we were broke.
We were like negative broke, right? I like when people say, like, when you're broke, that means you're at zero. We were way below zero, right? Somehow, some way, and I'm not too sure, and Tamara doesn't know either, but she bought me those 3 books. We didn't have the money, but the man at the front says, you got to buy this book if you want to change your life. So she bought the book, Melvin. She handed me the book when I got home. I was like, how the hell did you get? What did you do? A little curious. You're good looking and stuff. How'd you get this book? You know what I'm saying? We got no money, Judy. Right? But she got the book, and I read the book, and it did change my life. What this is the cash flow quadrant. This is your employee, self-employed, business owner, investor. Okay. And I'm only going to hit on these 3 today, because these are the 3 when Daniel was talking to me about this opportunity that got me all types of fired up, because I was going to retire, and I was retiring. But this gentleman walked into my office when we were closing the office down, and he says, what are you going to do next? And Maddox, I said, my wife and I are going to Grand Cayman, and then we're probably going to go to Aruba after that, and then we're going to go to Paris. We don't know what we're going to do. He goes, what did you do? I said, I built a network of people from coast to coast selling life insurance. And no, you were in that business with me. And it was awesome. He goes, would you like to do that again? And I said, I don't know. He goes, would you like to do it in real estate? And I said, you can't do it in real estate because the broker's the boss, and you got to work in little itty bitty Plano or little itty bitty Flower Mound. You can't work coast to coast. He said, do me a favor, come meet my business partners. And within 48 hours, I was in this office meeting that man right there, Daniel Ng, and him and his buddy, Calvin, showed me this opportunity. And when they were showing it to me, I was going, holy crap, it's this. I can do this again in real estate. Right? I can do this again in real estate. And I got really excited. And I told my wife, I said, hey, I'm going to give another run at this. Why not? I'm 53. At the time I was 53. I'm 55 now. I mean, I'm young now. I can still do this. I don't know how to spell real estate, but I can build a business in real estate, right? And she goes, I think you can too. Go for it. That'd be kind of fun. I said, all right, cool. So we went for it. So let me explain it. This is what Kayde was just talking about, employee. Okay. Nothing wrong with being an employee. You're still an employee right now, right? No, you okay. So, but you were. Nothing wrong with being an employee. I think it's a great thing. Okay. But I want it to be here. I want it to be self-employed, right? I want it to call the shots. Anybody want to call the shots? Right? Like you look at your boss and you go, man, you're an idiot, man. I wouldn't do it like that at all, man. You're a fool. You know what I'm saying? We've all said that, right? We've all gone, man, I can do it way better. I mean, I know y'all all do, because I see y'all, especially you're talking about, the Cowboys, if the coach would have just done this. I mean, you're trying to tell the coach what to do. You know what I'm saying? Right? I know you're looking at your boss going, come on, man. Right? So we all want to be self-employed. And that's great. Being self-employed is awesome. But I don't want you to stay there, because if you stay there, you're in trouble. You're in a lot of trouble. Because the moment self quits working, self is unemployed. And at that point in time, it's better to be an employee, because you can act like you're working. And we've all done it, right? Give the bare minimum, just get by, don't get fired. That's the goal. Okay, so I shouldn't say that. But that's the truth, right? You can actually quit working and still be employed. 1,000%, right? I mean, you got to really do some things to get fired. And so, but over here, you stop, it's over with. So when I saw this, I was like, I got a way out. I don't ever want to look at my wife in the eyes again and say, we can't live here. The car you're driving, you can't drive no more, because they're going to repossess it. In fact, we didn't know they were, I kind of didn't know they were repossessing our car the night they did, but they did. We had parked in the garage that night if I'd have known, but that's the night they came and got it. And my first response when I went back to Tamara was to say, someone stole it. But I just couldn't do it. I said, yeah, we're way behind in payments. It's bad, da, 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 da. But I never wanted to look her in the eyes. And I think this is a way out. I can do this. And when times get tough, I still got this. I'm okay. It changed my life forever. It changed everywhere I thought. So if every breath if I have breath in my lungs, I'm going to talk to everybody in here about building a business with Glenn Sanford. And I'm not going to let up. I'll hear other leaders say, well, you can come here and just do transactions if you want. I'm going to say, I'm sorry. Because I don't ever want you to be in this scenario where you got to look at your loved one and say, hey, I had to quit working because I had cancer, I had heart disease, whatever it is, right? And now you can't do this. Money quits coming in. The moment money quits coming in, oh, dear Lord. But over here in this world story, Your business can get bigger. Did my microphone just go out for a second? Back on. In fact, my man Daniel, when I first joined this business, he takes off for 2 months over to Europe. Yeah, come on. I mean, that's cool. Who wants to go to Europe for 2 months and your business when you get back is bigger and money's still coming in? Who wants that? Right? This is where I want everybody to be. And like I said, with every dying breath I have, I will talk to you blue in the face till you decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I just told y'all how to do it, but I'm going to tell you again here at the end, okay? Okay. So you want to do this. You want to do what Katie said. You want to go out and do transactions. Do some transactions, and at the same time, build your business. How do you build your business? You just invite people. That's it. Do you notice what Colin did? Colin walked into my office. I told him I sold my business for an 8-figure income, right? And he still wouldn't tell me what they were doing here. He invited me to do what? Come meet Daniel. Come meet, that's all he said. Just come meet Daniel. I just need you to meet my business partner. I said, well, what is it? I just need you to come meet my business partner. Well, but you can't do it and that just come meet my business partner. He was just inviting me. That was it. Can anybody do that? Because I'll talk to some people say, I can't recruit like you. You've been doing it forever. I just invite people. Hey man, come check us out. Come check it out. See what you think. If you like it, great. If you don't, great. I don't care either way. I'm going to keep inviting people until someone says, oh, I'm in. Oh my God, I'm in. We can do this thing together. Okay. So ultimate goal is to go here. Now, why do people get stuck in self-employed? Does anybody want to take a wild guess? Doubt? Fear? Pride? One-track minded? Laziness? So those are all correct, but I'm going to give you the number one. You can get paid a lot faster right here. And a lot of people come to us and they're financially hurting, and they know if they can just get a transaction, they can get some money in. The problem is now, you got to read Robert Kiyosaki's book. Now you're in the rat race. You're just chasing your tail. That's all you're doing. You're just chasing your tail. Because now you got to check. Oh, yeah, it feels good. Well, guess what? You got to go do it again. And you got to go do it again. And you got to go do it again. And the moment you stop, what happens? It's gone, right? This is faster. And most people come to us with little financial issues, so they focus on this. Paul, you don't understand. I'm broke. I got to have some money, man. I got to feed my kids. I say, oh, I do understand. Believe me, I understand. But I promise you, you got to move here eventually. Now, this takes longer, but oh, so worth it. Oh, so worth it. He went on vacation for 2 months. Like, y'all should have cheered when I said that. Y'all should have been like, I want his life. In fact, Paul, sit down and let him talk. We don't want to even hear from you no more. We want to know how that man went on vacation for 2 months and his business, the money kept coming in. I mean, some of us, some of us go on vacation and we like looking at the bill like, we got to quit spending money now. Me and my wife have been there. Remember Hawaii? I was like, holy crap, we are going to lose some weight on this trip. We can't eat the rest of the time. Back then, I used to drink alcohol. I was like, we can drink the rest. We got a drinking budget right here. We good. As an alcoholic, you always have a drinking budget. Can I get a? Don't give me an amen on that one. I'm a recovered alcoholic. Did I lose again? I'm a recovered alcoholic, so it's all good. It's been a couple of weeks. Be 13 years this May. Thank you. Y'all are really cheering for my wife because she didn't kill me. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been together a lot longer and she stayed with me for some reason. Sorry. Why did you stay with me? What was up with that? She just told me that. No, I didn't then. But where was I? Screw up. I quit paying attention when I was joking.
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Yeah. So, but how would you like to go on vacation like this, man? And by the way, he's changing my. Just give this guy a hand.
It was like a headband.
Oh.
Okay.
look great.
He's got a business that runs on his own. He's up here fixing my batteries and making me not look like an idiot. What was I doing up here? Okay, well, there we go. So until as long as I have breath in my lungs, I'm going to talk to you about this, especially what Glenn has built for us here, okay? Because it's just too simplistic. It really is, okay? we have four things that were very important to me. One is we have leads. Uh, Glenn has gone out and worked deals with incredible companies for us to have some lead sources. He's given us KV Core. Has anybody not heard of KV Core? Not heard of KV Core? Not? Okay. It is like the most powerful CRM that I've ever seen. And I've been around some powerful CRMs from Go High Level to I used to work in the medical field, so I saw a lot of crazy CRMs there. This thing's ridiculous what it does. In fact, right now, as I'm talking to you, I'm getting leads. It's working for me right now. It's just constantly, it's a machine. And if you feed it, you got to feed it. It will just pump out leads for you. Okay, so we got leads. The second thing we have to have is training and education. And dear Lord, do we have training and education? We have training and education on demand. Okay, we have what's called the EXP world, and that is where you can go in and you can talk to a live broker. There's like 15 of them for the state of Texas. Is that right? 15, 14, 75. So there's a bunch of them. And you get a chance to call in and talk to a broker. And this is the way Glenn Sanford has done it. The brokers work for you and I. They're no longer our boss. That fired me up, especially being new to real estate. I didn't want to have to go to an office and wait for my broker to feel like when he or she was going to talk to me. And I had given them no transactions, so I'm really like last in line, right? Like let's say Scribner and I were in the same office. Well, he does transactions all the time. Well, the broker is going to talk to him probably quicker, right? Am I right? That's just reality. But when we call the brokers here at EXP, they don't ask you how many. They don't know who you are really some of the times, but they don't sit there and say, well, how many transactions you done for me? No, Glenn has it set up where they're working for us. And you can ask them any stupid question in the world and you feel okay about it. Y'all with me? You go to an office, you're not feeling that good about it because you're like, man, I don't know if I want to ask them that question. And I asked some really dumb questions in the beginning. I mean, stupid ones. Like I had this one deal I was doing and she wrote in the thing, she goes, could you CC the EO into this email? I think it was EO. It was EO. And I was like, what the hell is EO, man? And I'm like, me and Carolyn, we Googled it, we chat GBT'd it, nothing would come up. I was like, dang, we had to ask somebody. Was it you I asked? You've heard the story? I asked a few of the guys around here. I said, what is he? Escrow officer. Oh, that's easy. I should have known that, right? But that's the cool thing about what we have here in our education and training is nobody made fun of me for that. No one said, oh my God, what an idiot. Don't talk to that guy. Don't help that guy. No, everybody just welcomed me and said, hey, how can I help you? Who wants to be in a team like that, an atmosphere like that? How can I help you, right? And so I needed that education and training on demand because I was brand new. And when I started, Judy, people had said to me, like, if you're brand new, you need to go to like traditional real estate places. I didn't know what the heck that meant. And that meant basically where you got a boss, like you go to a broker, right? And he or she hires a bunch of people. Y'all with me? So he or she hires a whole bunch of people. And they said, this is the model you need to be in because you get all the training and education. And I'm like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Hey, y'all are in a pyramid. Am I right? That's a pyramid. Okay. And so I was like, I just don't see that. And so this model fired me up with the training and education being on demand. On top of that, Daniel Ng with We Partners, he has given us this. Like I told you in the beginning, this is our leadership development. We want everybody to grow. We want everybody to have the ability to build a business here, do as many transactions as you want. And we have the right heart because of what Daniel's built. We're a very welcoming bunch. The first time I ever came into this meeting, I was like, why am I doing this again? I don't have to do this anymore. I don't have to. Why am I doing this? As I was driving here, I almost turned around like 10 times and didn't come in. Thank God I did. Because when I did, I was met with hugs. Hey, how you doing? TC gave me a nickname the first day. He called me Monkey King. Wes, I was like, my office manager was with me, and he called me Monkey King. He walked away. I said, did he just call me Monkey King? And she said, I think so. I said, we Googled it, and it got way worse. Monkey King was like, that ain't good. But then I learned about it, and it was actually an honor that he called me that. And then he came back and explained it to me. But that's the family that Daniel's created here, where a brand new person like me or anybody, someone that barely graduated high school, can feel so welcomed and loved. I was like, I'm going to mess some things up here. If this is the way y'all behave, we're going to have some fun. We're going to have us a good. There's TC. He's the one that named me Monkey King. Okay. So we got the education training. So I'm going to give you all some training right now. Okay. This is vital to your success. I don't care what you're doing. This is vital to your success. Okay. And we all agree. Y'all like the way I said that? We all agree that your average commission is $10,000 in here in real estate, right? Everybody agrees with that? Yes. Yes. Okay. Good. And so we have a system. It's a funnel, and I had the exact same system in insurance. Okay, to teach the team how to go out. Oops, that's not 10. That's 25. And this couldn't be more basic. Okay, like this will make you money if you just listen to me. Okay. So on average, $10,000. Okay, you take this $10,000 and you divide it by 1.5, and what does that give you? It's like 6,667, right? Is that correct? Okay. So this is a sell. This is a contract. 1.5. What is this? This is what do y'all call it in y'all's world? No. No. This is a contract. This is closed. This is a sell. Okay. So one sell equals $10,000. And so it takes 1.5 contracts to get to that one. Y'all with me? It takes 1.5. You have to have 1.5. Why? Well, sometimes deals don't go through. Am I right? You know, at the very end, you know, something happens. The roof wasn't done right. The plumbing's messed up. Aliens live there. Whatever the hell it is, something happened and it doesn't go to a sell. So you need 1.5 contracts in order to get to one close. Okay. What do you need 2.5 of? What is this? This is talk tos. This is meetings. Oh, this is leads. This is meetings. This is meetings / appointments. Right? Am I doing good? So what's 10,000 divided by 2.5? It's 4,000, right? I mean, I think I know the numbers, but I'm trying to figure out why it's taking y'all so long. Someone would work with me, man. I barely graduated high school. Huh? Yeah, I got some cakes left. 4,000. Way to go, Wes. You know what the next one is? This one's 2,000, and this is 400, right? Okay. Now that y'all stayed through that grueling process with me, here we go. You ready? You got to talk to 25 people in order to get to 5 leads, in order to get 2.5 meetings / appointments, in order to get to 1.5 contracts, and then you get one sale for $10,000. Okay? This means we got to talk to 25 people. Y'all with me? We have to talk to 25 people. Now, break it down. What does this cost? Every time you talk to someone, it's $400. Look at it that way. In my old world, we did a dial. Like every dial was worth like $80. Ooh, it changed the whole scheme, didn't it? No. Like you mean every time I pick up the phone, it's worth $80? Every time I pick up the phone, it's $80. Y'all with me? So every time you talk to someone, and this is why I say y'all make more than doctors. Y'all hope y'all are aware of this. I used to recruit doctors. I used to be in the doctor world. They broke. I ain't kidding you. Y'all make more than doctors. Okay? Every time you talk to someone, $400. Need you to think that way, okay? That way, that next time you're like, I'm too tired to make this phone call. Oops, it's worth $400. Who's more excited now? Like, it's worth $400. Every time Don picks up the phone, it's worth $400. Y'all with me? Every time I pick up the phone, it's worth $400. You got to think that way. Next, leads, $2,000. Who in here has gotten a lead? You wrote it down on a napkin, a paper towel, on the back of a business card, whatever it is, and you set it on the kitchen counter and you walked away. Tell the truth. Tell the truth about everybody in here. Now, can you do me a favor? That's just like setting $2,000 and walking away. So who wants to give me $2,000 right now and set it right there for the rest of the meeting? Who wants to do that? Maddox, you want to? No one does, right? Can y'all look at that lead that way from now on? Anytime you get a lead, anytime that you got a lead, you got to say, hey, that's worth $2,000. I got to call it now. Is this giving anybody a sense of urgency of, oh, dear Lord? Anybody? Okay. Next up, we have every meeting you sit with is worth $4,000. That's pretty cool. And then every contract is worth 6,667. That means every sale comes to $10,000. Okay. So why are we not talking to 25 people a week? You know the formula, you know the math. And by the way, I used real estate math here. I can use insurance math, and I got that one down perfect. But I got this from a real estate person. This is real estate math. You do this, 25 people. You and I could sit outside in a rental apartment complex. You get a clipboard, I get a clipboard. Okay? People walk up to us. If they look scary, I'll let you talk to them. You're a little bigger than me, right? So I'll say, but if they're smaller, I'll take care of that one. Okay, I got this one, bro. You get out of here, man. I got this one. And so I'll be like, hey, are you looking at buying? Are you looking at selling? Or are you looking at buying a rental property? Can anybody here do that 25 times a week? Come on, guys. Seriously, that's it. Are you looking at buying? Are you looking at selling? Or are you looking at buying a real estate investment property? Can we do that 25 times? Think about it that way, 25 times. Now, why don't we do it? Does anybody want to take a guess? Oh, some answers. Why don't we do that? What? You said fear? Okay, fear. What's your name? Hilda? Thank you, Hilda. Who invited you out here, Hilda? Toby? Way to go, Toby. Who else? Rejection, yeah. What else? Nobody? Something else is more important? Okay. So it boils down to just being nervous, being scared. And that's why we do leadership training. That's why when Kayde first came up here, do y'all remember what she said? What was the first thing she says? I'm nervous. I'm so proud of her for saying that. Like I wanted to hug her right there. I said, that's the number one thing you got to do when you get up here. Just be honest. I'm just nervous, right? Because now she's breaking fears for everybody in the room when she says that. She's lifting everybody up around her. That's why we do what we do here, because we do get nervous. Tell me what happens. Who's in here afraid to public speak? Like, just be honest. My wife, she's the first one to raise her hand. So Hilda, if I said to you right now, come on up and we're going to talk. You're going to recite the preamble to the Constitution. I'm going to go sit down over there. What's happening to you right now as I'm saying that? Overthinking? No, but what physically is happening to you? Sweating, palms sweating, heart racing, right? Everything gets out of whack, like, I'm going to die, right? Do you know what's happening at that moment in time? Your body is preparing you to come up here. Your body's meant, the heart rate's supposed to go faster. All those, that's a natural reaction that your body already knows what to do. There's a little gland above the kidney that creates all that, and it creates adrenaline. That adrenaline shoots into your bloodstream. And that's what causes the palms to sweat, the nervous. It's getting you ready for battle. It's how you think faster because you're up in front of a group of people. It's how everything works. So if you just look at it that way, as opposed, because it depends on how you look at it. Because people say, well, like, name a professional football player that y'all like, man, he's good. He plays great under pressure. Give me a name. Saquon Barkley? Nah. We in Dallas. Get out of here. Noel. He's from Ohio. Give him a break, man. Everybody pray for Noel. Dear Lord, we love Noel. Mike, see, now we're talking, man. We're back in Dallas. You pay attention to him, Noel. Will you coach him up? He's my buddy. But whoever it is, from Brady to anybody, he's got ice in his veins. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. What he has is he understands, he respects what his body is doing. He knows the process that it's going through to get him prepared for battle. And so the way he sees it, his thoughts towards those feelings is what changes everything. So from now on, when someone calls your name and you get nervous and your heart rate goes up, just say, it's my body getting ready. And your physical state will change, and then the execution changes. When the execution changes, everything's great. You're like, okay, my body's meant to, everybody in here, if I call your name up and your heart starts racing, that's what's supposed to happen. Isn't that a cool feeling? Like, okay, because it happens to everybody. It happens to me. I've been speaking for how long now? Over 20 years and thousands of people. And I remember when I went to my pastor once, I said, Pastor Goad, when is the day going to happen when I walk on stage and I'm no longer nervous? You remember me asking him that? He goes, when that day happens, you should never public speak again. Because that response means you're doing something meaningful. You're doing something meaningful. See, I love the education and the training that we have here. Oh, yeah. I just learned I could do this last week. Thank you, Daniel. The education and training, the on-demand education and training that Glenn has given us is phenomenal. There's nothing better in the industry. You can't beat it. However, if I can't get you to call 25 people, I don't care how great that is. That's worthless at that point. Everything he's put together for us is worthless. See, sitting there learning and education, that's not as meaningful as getting up and public speaking or getting up and you and I talking to people coming by us and getting deals. Okay? Y'all see the difference? That's why so many people keep going back to college. They're afraid to work. They're afraid of that heart rate. They're afraid of the palms sweating. They're scared to death. Well, I think I need another degree. No, you need to get scared. And then you need to figure out what that fear is and embrace it. Now, I got a whole teaching lesson on this whole nervousness, how your body works, and there's much more physiology stuff going on. But I just want to give you the bare minimum of why people aren't doing that 25. It should change some people this week to say, you know what, I'm going to do the 25. I'm going to do the 25 because it works. It's worked for Tamara and I for 20 years. We got in the insurance business. We didn't know what the hell we were doing. She goes, what are you going to have me do? I said, you're going to set appointments for me. She said, okay. And she set appointments for me. No training whatsoever. And Melvin, she did really, really good. She did amazing. And so I said, hey, you're doing really good. So I'm going to add one of my new teammates to the thing, and you're going to set appointments for them too. Then she looked at me a little weird. I had her up to 4 people. And she looked at me, she said, dude, you got to stop this. And my mentor at the time, Fitz, goes, you're about to get divorced. You can't do that no more. I said, all right, so we got her down to 1. But then I said, hey, sweetie, we're going to build a business here. I need you to recruit. You remember that? She goes, I don't like recruiting. I said, I know, but we got to do it. She said, okay. And she recruited for me. Our first 3 big people she brought in. She didn't even know how to spell insurance. She didn't know education. Y'all with me? She didn't know, I needed to learn something. No, she didn't learn nothing. She just got on the phone and said, hey, we got this deal. It's awesome. You got to join us. You got to talk to my husband, Paul. Okay. And then I would talk to him and make up crap because I was new. You know what I'm saying? Because what happened was I went to this sales meeting, kind of like this, where a bunch of people like TC and Scribner and Anna and Judy, people are kicking butt, and I'm watching the money they're making. I'm watching them be successful, and I just bragged about them. That's all I did. Okay? All right. So the education's great, but it doesn't do us any good, okay, if we don't get out in the battlefield, right? Okay. The other one is equity. Bless you. Me and my good friend Judy Wang, we are equity partners in EXP, right? Because we get to buy stock here. We get an opportunity to have equity in what Glenn has built. That's awesome. I built the company. I sold it. There was no way I could ever figure out a way to give equity to my agents. Couldn't figure it out. No, I just couldn't figure it out. Here, Glenn says you can get equity here. There's 4 ways or 5 ways. 5 ways you can get equity. Am I messing stuff up? No. There's 5 ways you can get equity. Okay. Number 1 is if you do your first transaction, Glenn gives you stock with this company. Pretty cool. The other way is if you cap out, that means you get about 5, maybe 7 deals, and he gives you more stock in the company. The third way is, help me out, guys. Icon, you become an icon, like my man Scribner and TC, and he gives you more in company stock, okay? And the other way is, you invite someone into the business, Melvin, and they go out and do a transaction, he gives you more company stock. Like, I didn't know that. Like, I got it was 5 people that I had hired, 5 times 4. What's 5 times 4? So I got $2,000 in company stock, didn't even know it. You with me? I was like, that's pretty cool. And then because I didn't know it, I never went and looked at it. When I went and looked at it, it was way more than $2,000 because the stock went up. Not bad. There you are, TC. Not bad. TC's an icon producer too, right? How many times have you been icon producer? Yeah. And since I've been joining this, that was the worst English in the world. Since I've been done here, since I have arrived, I looked at it, I said, hey, icon's got to be easy. And right now we're producing 46 icons a day at EXP. 46. And they're getting $16,000 in company stock. Who wants some of that? Like, I'm gonna go for that just right there, right? And then the last way is you get to purchase it at a discount. Do I got any financial people in here? Financial advisors, financial type people? Nobody? Yeah, okay. So if you can buy stock at a discount, are you supposed to do it? Yeah, I mean, duh. Men are the ones that confuse us the most. Well, I'm putting my money over in this. Shut up. You get it at a discount. You know what I'm saying? Use 5%. Just buy anything. Just get the discount, right? It just makes sense because don't be dumb. Okay. So those are the ways you get equity in the company. And then lastly, rev share. And that's really where I want to hit home on. And this is where you get to build a business and you get to go to here. Okay. Glenn has put together the most incredible rev share program where we can all participate in the revenue of the company. It just makes sense. Kamisha, people sometimes, well, I don't want to build. Why? And they just give me this litany of reasons. Like, but Glenn's saying, Kamisha, just invite your friend to the business, and I'm going to give you some of that revenue. You with me? Like, I'm going to share, revenue share. I'm going to share some of this revenue with you. Let's not overcomplicate this, guys, right? Let's keep this very simple, very like, just bring people in. But I don't know how to train them. Neither did I. I brought in like 12 people when I first got started. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no clue what I was doing. But guess what? We have a whole team of people that know what they're doing. And we have 90,000 agents that know what they're doing. You with me? I mean, it's incredible what we have here. It ain't on you. Why? You want to be the boss? Because if that's your thinking, go out and be a broker and do one of these pyramids. Just do a pyramid where you're the man, you're the woman. Nothing gets by me. I'm it. I'm the smartest genius in the room, right? If that's what you want, who wants that? I don't want that. I want a collaboration of people to say, hey, dummy, let's do this together. Let's make this work together. Okay. So here's the rev share program. I'm going to give you a very elementary, because I barely graduated high school. My good friend Daniel's going to come up here at the end. If this is your first meeting, please come up here and talk to him. He's got a much more sophisticated way of how the revenue is broken down. He went to college in Switzerland. Okay. I went to high school, barely. Okay. So he does a much better job breaking down the numbers. But anybody okay with my elementary version? Is that okay? Okay. I'm not going to offend nobody dumbing it down. Okay. Now, if you hang around me too much, I can dumb you down. So Daniel only lets me hang out with him a couple hours a week. He don't want to get down to my level. You know what I'm saying? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This math works. Don't argue with it. It's worked for me for 20 years, and I watched it work for a whole lot of people for 20 years. And then I came over here and I studied Tom Chong's business. I studied Brent Gove's business. I studied all the people that got thousands and thousands. I studied Daniel Ng's business. All the people that got tons of people, and it's the same math. Nothing changes. Okay. First things first, Noel, is invite 12 people into the business. Just invite 12 people. Don't go out and don't call me and say, I got a big one, man. I got a good one. Don't do that. Just invite 12. Because you don't know what people are made of inside. You don't know the first sign of failure. You don't know what they're going to do. You have no clue, right? So let's see what they're made of first. Just invite 12 people. Just invite. Well, how do I invite? I already told you. Colin came to me. What did he say to me? Do y'all remember? You need to meet my business partner. That's all you got to do. Everybody in this room has the authority vested in them by the state of Texas to say, hey, I need you to meet my business partner, Daniel Ng. Everybody in here. Y'all with me? You do it all the time, TC. I mean, how many times a week do you do it? At least once a week. He's saying, you got to meet my buddy, my business partner, Daniel Ng. And it's working for you. Right? And that's the cool part, because like people think I'm a good recruiter, Wes, and I'm not. I just had good people above me the whole time. And I just sat back and watched it, man. I got some popcorn and said, all right, go to work. Make this thing work for me, okay? And he does. Y'all with me? People are going to complicate this. Well, what if? What do you mean, what if? Just say, hey, need you to meet my business partner, Daniel Ng, and it works. Okay. So you need to get 12, and here's what I can promise you with these numbers. 4 of them are going to be crazy, insane, over the top, like Kayde. I'm going to take over the freaking world. Okay, you're going to get 4 Kaydes, I promise you. You're going to get 4 Scribners. You're going to get 4 Judys. You're going to get 4 TCs. It's going to happen. Now, the last couple of weeks, Melvin, I've been circling these 4. And someone came up here and overthought it. How do you know it's always these 4? Oh, good God. I'm sorry. It could be these 4. I don't know, but it's 4 up here. Okay, y'all with me? But it's much easier for me to show y'all this. Okay? So somehow, some way, of these 12, 4 are going to be Scribner type material to say, which wall do you want me to run through and how fast do you want me to go? I ain't kidding you. You will find people like that, but you got to get to 12, okay? And once you get there, you'll come to me and say, dude, you were right. I said, I know I'm right. I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm not right about a lot of stuff, but this I am. So you get these, and these 4 are just, Melvin, they're going to bring in people all the time. It's just like nonstop. Just keep inviting. They're going to hear what I say. They're going to be about as dumb as me, and they say, oh, that's all I got to do. That's all you got to do. Okay, cool. And they're just going to do it over and over and over and over again. And they're going to do transactions, okay? They're not just going to invite people. They're doing both. So they're doing transactions, so you're sharing the revenue when they do transaction, and they're bringing people. And that's where it gets insane. So I'm just going to focus on these 4. These 4, let's say you have 10,000 people on your team eventually. 7,000 coming from these 4. Every single time. You can't get away from it. The majority of your business will come right through here. You were in the other business with me. Am I right? It happens all the time. There's no way around it. I had 4 big leaders. Remember, Tamara? I had 4 big leaders in my old business. 4. That was it. I met, Daniel introduced me to, what's the gentleman here in the Metroplex? Older guy, white dude. Cliff. He introduced me to Cliff. And I said, hey, Cliff, tell me how you got, I think it was like 8,000 people. How'd you get 8,000 people on your team? He said, Paul, let me tell you the truth. I really have about 8 good leaders, and that's it. I said, thank you. So it's the same numbers. The man's got 13,000, or how many does he got on his team? He's got 13,000 on his team, Melvin. Can y'all go out and find 8 good leaders? That's all he's saying he did, right? That's pretty insane to think about. 13,000 people that he's earning revenue off of. He's earning revenue off 13,000. Yeah, he's sharing the revenue with 13,000 people. Who wants some of that? I'm not getting as excited. Y'all should be getting a little more excited about this. Like this is free money to me. That's the way I looked at it. Like, God, I don't have to get a college degree for this. I got this. I am all over this stuff, right? Okay. So these people come in here. They bring in about 7,000 people, and don't get rid of people. Be sweet to everybody. Be nice to everybody. Okay. This person right here might say, hey, I really joined your team because I'm an alcoholic and I just really want to quit drinking. Cool. That's my mission, by the way. That's my why, is I want to meet more people that want to call me and say, hey, I don't want to die. I want to live. I want to get sober. Can you help me? I've heard your story. Cool. That's my why in life. Okay. So, but you just keep making friends. That's all. Okay. Here's what's crazy is one of these people over here is going to find like a Brent Gove way down here. Brent Gove has how many people on his team? 17, 20 billion, 20,000 people on his team. I promise you, somehow, some way, it's just going to happen. Just play the numbers. Like, how did you find Brent Gove? I just invited some people and I got lucky. Or you can act like you're too cool. Like, well, let me give you my 5-point step theory to recruiting cycles. And shut up. You invited somebody. Don't act like you're bad. You just invited somebody. Because that's what Glenn wants us to do. Just invite people to the family. Let them figure themselves out and go from there. Now, some of these people you can't do anything with. Like they would starve in a grocery store. You could put them in a grocery store and they come out, there ain't no food there. You're in a grocery store. Okay? I promise you. Who's met some of them people? Yeah, we've all met them, Wes. You know what I'm saying? We've all met someone over here that would starve in a grocery store in a heartbeat. Listen, don't waste any time. When they quit. I'm going to give y'all a goal that might frustrate some of y'all, but don't let it, okay? I will have more people on my team quit than you actually bring into the team if you don't listen to what I'm saying to you. If you don't take this inviting thing to heart, I will have more people on my team quit. I won't lose any sleep over it because I know you can't feed them in a grocery store. You're with me? And I'll still have a bigger team. Okay? I'm just asking you to invite. Be nice. Be sweet. Love on them. Be like Daniel. Daniel loves on everybody. He don't care. He don't say, well, how many deals you got for me, Maddox? He don't say none of that stuff. He just like, hey, you're here. I'm glad you're here. What can we help you with? Okay? All right. So that's how that works. And when it gets down here and you've got like, a couple thousand people, because it goes down 7 levels. So Kamisha, you will earn money you'll earn some of the revenue share from this person here. You don't even know them. They might be, you ready for this? They might be in India, because we can build in India. They might be in Florence, Italy. My wife's getting excited about that. They might be, you see what I'm saying? They could be, you've never even talked to them. This is the level of life you want to be on, because this is where you're making money while you're making money while you're making money while you are making money. Okay? Now, don't make it about the dollar bill, but just understand if you keep inviting, this is the way your life will be, and you go on vacation for 2 months and still make money. Okay? In fact, there was I went to Cabo last year, and this beautiful, incredible woman got up on stage. It was the most courageous thing I've ever seen. And as she was standing there, they showed a video, and it was her husband. And her husband actually had passed away. I didn't know that at the time, but you kind of start figuring it out with the way they were talking about, like, uh-oh. But then when the video was done, she was up there and she was talking about how the family made her business grow after she lost her husband. See, she wasn't worried about a stupid piece of paper, a dollar freaking bill when her husband died. She was able to mourn. She was able to go through all the processes you got to go through when you lose somebody. How many times we on Facebook and someone's doing a GoFundMe? See, they worried about a piece of paper when they should have been building a business, and they ain't got to worry about that garbage. And that's what that man left for her. Now, it ain't bringing him back. I get it. But wouldn't you rather have it that way? Where you've got a whole entire network of people that will love on you, that will care for you. I mean, there wasn't a dry eye in that room. I didn't even know her. And I'm crying like a baby. That was the first story I told Tamara when I got out of the meeting. I said, you got to hear this. This is our family. This is where we belong. Okay? All right. So Daniel's going to show more definites of how much money do you make when this person does a transaction. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Daniel's going to show you, but then after he shows you, I want you to get out of your mind. Don't think about it ever again. Every time you're worried about what you're going to make off one person, you're dead in the water. You'll never grow a business, I promise you. You're dead. This is not a transactional business. This is a relationship business, okay? So don't worry about that. Tamara and I've seen many people in the insurance business, how much override am I going to make off this person? And they're gone. Doesn't work. I'm just asking you to invite a whole bunch of people in, and it all works out. The math will work its way out. And then one day you might be able to sell it for 8 figures or do whatever you want to. Okay? All right. Oh yeah, I can do this. In fact, this is what sophisticated looks like. That's my man that went to Switzerland. That ain't me. I get lost up in there. Okay. I want to end on this. Kayde mentioned it. Thank you, Kayde. And again, Kayde, thank you for coming up here and being brave and bold. But whatever you do in life, make sure you have a mission behind it. Make sure you have a dream behind it. Because if you don't, you won't get out of bed on tough days. It's easy just to stay in bed. It's easy just to say, yeah, not today. But if you have something that's bigger than you, you'll get out of bed and you'll do things you never thought possible. You will be able to accomplish more than anybody around you by just having a reason to get out and do it. I kind of already alluded to mine. Mine is, on any given day, TC, there's about 25 people that are looking at their phone right now, and they want to quit drinking. They've heard my story about me overcoming alcohol, and they want to press that button. They're afraid to press that button. Some of them do, some of them don't. But I want them to have that ability to press that button so they choose life over death. Okay? I want that more than anything. And what I want now is I want about 1,000 people, Melvin, looking at their phone on a daily basis going, man, I just got to call Paul. I know I can overcome this thing. He overcame it. I know I can overcome it. So that's my goal. That's my why. Because people say, why are you doing this? That's the reason. I saw what he showed me. I was like, I can get thousands and thousands of people here. There's so many people I can help. I called my pastor, Tim Goat. I said, we found a home, buddy. We found it. We're exactly where we need to be. We're going to be able to help so many people here. build a business. We can help people with leadership development. We can help people overcome fears. We saw Kayde overcome a fear today. She got up here and said, I'm nervous, and she still went at it. And didn't she do great? She did amazing, right? Give her a hand. Yeah. I begged you, if this is your first time here, come back next Wednesday. Come the following Wednesday. Participate in our leadership development. I'm not looking for polished speakers to get up here every single Wednesday, Wes. What I'm looking for is people say, I'm scared to death, but I want to grow. I want to be different. I know I'm meant for greatness. I know I'm meant for something way better than this. So just keep coming until you finally say, I want to train next. Let me go. That's what Kayde did. She had no idea I was only going to give her 1 week when she told me. She goes, I want to train. I said, cool, you're on next week. She goes, whoa. So I did to you too. And she, I just did the TC a couple of minutes ago. By the way, come see TC next week. He's going to be up here doing this opportunity. He's going to follow. He's a lot smarter than me. He's going to follow along the line. Yeah, give him a hand. Yeah. And Kamisha, this is what I know. When he does this opportunity, his recruiting numbers and everything around him is going to just skyrocket. So if you're scared, get up here and do it. Just say, you know what the heck? I want to be scared here. Did anybody get mad at Kayde for being scared? No, we supported her. She could feel the love of like, okay, this is my team. This is my family. It's okay. And we lifted her up. And then because of that, I guarantee you her week's going to be better. Something great's coming her way this week. I promise you that. Okay. So please just step up, figure out what it is you want to do. Now, some of y'all might say, I don't know what my why is because I just got to pay the bills. I used to be there. Tamara and I used to be there. We used to try to feed the kids. Tamara once gave away canned goods to Chipotle to get free burritos so she could feed our kids. So you probably took the kidney beans and all the crap. Beets, yeah, took the canned beets, and they gave her burritos so she could feed her kids. That's how broke we were. You with me? So that might be your why, and that's okay. But the more you start hanging around people that got big why, like Daniel's got a big why. Daniel wants to help 3 generations of people. That's a big why. That's what gets him out of bed because he don't got to work. Like Daniel is in that I category. Daniel's the only one in this room in this category, truly. And you could argue and say, I am too. I say, I'll show. I bet you're not. Daniel's in this category, right? So here, why is a man in this category, Toby, doing this? He's got a big why. He's got a big dream, right? Okay. So thank y'all so much. I hope you enjoyed it. Please come next week to see. Next week is going to be Anna and Cynthia teaching on. No, they switched it. Okay, they're coming up here to train next week. And here's the thing: people look at Anna and Cynthia. Oh, they all together. They got it. Everything fine. No, they're nervous. They're nervous. So come support them at the very least. Okay. And then after that, TC, my man, he's going to be doing the meeting. Yeah. And then the following week, and then please start looking at yourself saying, I want to do this. I want to be scared because you're going to be hanging out with the right people. If this is your first meeting, would you do me a favor? And when everybody starts walking away, come up here. I want to introduce you to Daniel Ng, and he can give you some better numbers than my numbers if you want them. But again, just go out and make a mess. Okay. Love you guys. Go get yours.